Yeah, hi there everybody. Welcome to the most indebted nation in the world, Ireland. It's Thursday afternoon, today is the 20th, and I'm looking forward to hearing what the outcome in the Supreme Court is, the High Court is, for the Zoe development saga, which is part of the big NAMA umbrella. And I was reading something very interesting yesterday, and I'm sorry I didn't post a little snip yesterday, but I was busy and I had to do other things. But I was reading a very interesting thing yesterday, and I thought I'd bring it to your notice. And it sort of squares the circle, as it were, and it makes my cynicism and raises it to an even greater level. It turns out that the major man in NAMA is a man called Dr. Peter Bacon. And up until 4 years ago, this man was the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of a stockbroking company called GOODBODY Stockbrokers. And then he went out on his own, and he had obviously a separate company from GOODBODY Stockbrokers. But he was their CEO for, I think, 3 or 4 years. And he has been the personal appointee by Brian Lenihan, who's the Minister of Finance in Ireland, to look over the whole NAMA affair. So everything will go through him, and he'll rubber stamp everything. And I just happened to read that GOODBODY Stockbrokers is owned by Ireland's biggest bank, AIB. And AIB are the bank that stands to gain most out of the NAMA, what would you call it, experiment. And I just found the whole thing extraordinary. Here we are. We have a minister who appoints this man. This man comes up with its NAMA project, this man Peter Bacon. The minister rubber stamps it, gives it the thumbs up, and runs with it without knowing how much it's going to cost us. And from the moment that happened, an organisation called GOODBODY Stockbrokers, of which this man was the CEO for several years, he was the chief executive officer of it, he ran it on a day-to-day basis, is now the main flag waver for NAMA. And at the same time, it's owned by Allied Irish banks. So do you get the square? Do you see inside the circle? Government, Allied Irish banks, NAMA, Dr. Peter Bacon, GOODBODY Stockbrokers, government, NAMA. You see where I'm coming from? They're all singing off the same hymn sheet. That's why I tell you, this NAMA project is sacrosanct. It will go ahead. The big finding day is in the High Court in Dublin. We look forward with interest to see what the outcome of that is. Anyway, the next thing I'd like to talk about is, basically what we were talking about over the last couple of snips, the media, and the impact that the media has on people's thinking and how it can distort things. And I'd like to go to one of Gavin O'Reilly and Dennis O'Brien's newspapers, the Evening Herald, and it has the biggest circulation of all the Irish newspapers in the evening when people are going home from work. And it has a financial page on it which is called Closing Bell. And I don't know, I presume that the lady who writes it's a girl who writes it, called Caroline Crawford, and I presume that she has an economics degree. Anyway, a very interesting article appeared in it the night before last. It says that I'm going to post it up so that you can have a read of it. It says, I'll read it out very, very quickly. It says the international property firms are looking to snap up cheap Irish property on the market as a result of the establishment of the National Assets Management Agency. The Carlyle Group, Blackstone, British Land and a number of German property funds have contacted NAMA, which has been created to sort out the 90 billion euros of toxic loans. She doesn't tell you who's holding these loans, by the way. But anyway, one agent here, I presume that's in Ireland, said he expected them to start buying before the end of the year. Now, I wonder am I in a parallel universe, or am I on something? Am I taking something, or is my wife spiking my tea with bromide or something? There's something wrong here. I mean, when you read, you'll be able to read this, and the import of this, the tenure, the thrust of this is that world international investors in property are going to flock to Ireland because they think that the NAMA, who are going to buy the toxic loans that our banks have, the property loans that are on our banks' balance sheets, that this is going to represent good value. Now, listen to this. NAMA is in the process of being set up. In September, October, November, December of this year, they will start buying these loans from the 4 or 5 major banks or 6 major banks that's involved. All right. Now, NAMA, the loans were issued prior to this date. All right, to all the property developers and all these individuals all around Ireland and outside of Ireland. Anyway, they were issued, and at that stage, they were issued for what they were issued for, which is 100 monies. Let's stick to monies. 100 monies. And what happens next is NAMA comes along, and NAMA said, do you know that 100 money that you paid for that? Well, what we're going to do is, you know that bit of land, we're going to buy that back of you, and we're going to give you 80 monies. 80 monies. The reality being that the piece of land is worth maybe 30 or 40 monies, and we as the Irish people are going to take the hit on the difference, which is 40 monies. So the tenure of this article this girl has written, and I presume this girl is an economist, she must be, because she's heading up a financial page in a newspaper which has a massive circulation all throughout Ireland. She's saying that these big international companies, who are as cute as you could come across, are going to arrive into Ireland and are going to say to the Irish government through NAMA, you know those properties you do have in your books, Mr. NAMA? Well, we want to buy them, and we know that they're only worth 30 or 40 monies, but we want to give you a profit on the 80 monies that you paid for them, so we'll give you 85 monies. I don't think so. I really don't think so. And I don't know who this girl is, but you know, it's the old story. You can fool some of the people some of the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. You can't fool all the people all the time. Anyway, we'll discuss this later. Thank you very much.